Immorality Ode by William Wordsworth is a reflective poem. He wrote the poem in two phases. The first four stanzas was written in 1802. The fourth stanza of Wordsworth's poem ends with a question which he later answered by adding seven more stanzas in 1804. This poem is written as an irregular pindaric ode with 11 stanzas, and it is inspired by a mix of influences such as Coleridge's conversation poems, biblical themes, writings from St. Augustine, and elements of elegy and apocalyptic literature. The ode is divided into three main parts. In the first four stanzas, Wordsworth thinks about themes of mortality, our awareness of death, and the loss of innocence in childhood. The next four stanzas explore how, as people age, they lose their natural sense of the divine and focus more on earthly concerns. In the final three stanzas, Wordsworth expresses hope that memories of this early divine connection can still bring adults a sense of empathy and compassion for others. Let's see the summary of the poem. In the first stanza, the speaker remembers a time when all of nature seemed magical and filled with the heavenly light. But now that feeling is gone. He says sadly, "The things I have seen, I can see no more." In the second stanza, he observes that the rainbow, rose, moon, stars, and sunshine are still beautiful, but he feels as if a special glory or magic has left the earth. In the third stanza, while listening to birds singing in springtime and watching young lambs playing, he feels a moment of sadness, but the sounds of waterfalls echoes from the mountains and the wind revive his spirits. He decides he will no longer let his sadness spoil the joyful season, declaring that all the earth is happy. He encourages a shepherd boy to join and play. In the fourth stanza, he speaks to the animals and plants around him, saying his heart feels part of their joyful celebration. He believes it would be wrong to feel sad on such a beautiful May morning with children laughing among flowers. But as he looks at a tree and a field, he thinks of something that is gone, and a flower near him makes him feel the same loss. He wonders what happened to the visionary gleam and asks, where is it now, the glory and the dream? In the fifth stanza, he explains that human life is like a sleeping and a forgetting. We come from a purer, more wonderful realm before we are born. Heaven surrounds us in our infancy. As children, we remember glimpses of that place, making the world feel magical, but as we grow older, the magic fades. In the sixth stanza, he says that earthly pleasures make us forget the glories of where we came from. In the seventh stanza, he watches a 6-year-old boy and imagines his life along with the love his parents feel for him. He sees the boy playing pretend games like reenacting a wedding or a funeral, which makes the speaker think that all of a human life is a kind of imitation. In the eighth stanza, he speaks to the child as though he were a wise prophet, asking why, with such pure experiences of nature and memories of his origins, he still hurries to grow up and take on the earthly weight of adult responsibilities. In the ninth stanza, the speaker feels a rush of joy at the thought that his memories of childhood will always connect him to that lost world of innocence and wonder. In the 10th stanza, strengthened by this joy, he encourages the birds and all of nature to celebrate the gladness of May. Though he has lost some of nature's magic, he takes comfort in his primal sympathy, a deep connection to life, his memories, and the philosophic mind that comes with maturity. Finally, in the last stanza, he says that this mature mind, rooted in the awareness of mortality, allows him to appreciate nature even more deeply, Now, even a simple flower can stir up thoughts that do often lie too deep for tears, showing the depth of his connection to the world.